Hi, I'm Mike Greiner. I'm a bankruptcy attorney with the Financial Law Group located here in Warren, Michigan. And I'm here to talk to you today about Chapter 7 bankruptcy and how you can keep some of your stuff as you're going through Chapter 7. There are a lot of myths out there about bankruptcy, and one of them is that if you file Chapter 7 bankruptcy, you're going to lose everything you own. And that just isn't the case. In fact, the reality is that most people, when they file Chapter 7 bankruptcy, they keep everything that they own. And we're talking 90% or more. The way that you're able to keep those things is through a couple of processes. The first one will be what's called the exemptions. Now, we have certain exemptions baked into the bankruptcy code that allow you to keep your stuff. What exemptions are is that when Congress was drafting the bankruptcy code, they understood that a business might be shut down when they file Chapter 7 bankruptcy, and that's certainly the case. But an individual still needs certain things. As an individual, you still need a place to live even after filing Chapter 7 bankruptcy. You still need a car. You still need clothing. You still need furniture. All those things would be protected through Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Another thing that Congress has made a decision on, for example, would be 401ks and IRAs. They've made a decision those are your retirement funds, and so they should be protected as you go through Chapter 7 bankruptcy. As a result, they're fully exempt. Something else that Congress included as an exemption would be that they've acknowledged that certain things are worth way more to you than they're worth to your creditors. So, for example, there's an exemption for jewelry. So, for example, wedding rings are routinely exempted through this process. And you have to remember, what's exempted is not the full value of the asset, but only the equity that you have in it. So, for example, let's say you have your house. Your house is worth $100,000, but you have a mortgage on it for $90,000. That doesn't mean you need to exempt $100,000 to protect the house. You only need to protect $10,000, essentially the difference between what you owe on the house and what the house is worth. And that exemption is available, and there is sufficient exemption available there to protect most people with their homes. Another process that we go through sometimes is what's called the reaffirmation agreement. Let's say, for example, you have a car loan, and you've been paying on your car loan. You want to keep the car and keep paying on the car loan. What we'll do is we'll sign a reaffirmation agreement with the car loan company. And that'll allow you to keep making the payments on the car, and as a result of your continuing effort to make the payments, you'll get to keep the car. We can do the same thing with leases. That's called a lease assumption agreement. And those are some of the great tools that are available to us to allow you to keep your assets as we go through this process. So most people need to know that as you're going through the process, you're probably not going to lose any assets that you own. If you want to find out more about Chapter 7 bankruptcy and how we can deal with your debts and potentially also protect your assets as you're going through them, please give me a call. The number is 586-693-2000. We offer free consultations. We're conveniently located on Hoover in Warren, just north of the Hoover X off 696, so we're easily accessible from Wayne County, Oakland County, Macomb County, and St. Clair County.